What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now, you guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to check this one out. So we got that Representative Ratchet, aka Jasmine Crockett, back making an absolute fool of herself and getting stopped dead in her tracks after getting caught pushing lies on Trump policies during a House hearing. Guys, I'm excited to get to this one, so we're not straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Recognized to explain the amendment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. This is a very simple amendment that is actually about public safety of everyone involved, ICE agents as well as the community at large, as well as those that potentially are going to be apprehended by ICE. And simply, it would require that ICE identify themselves and ensure that they do not wear masks except if medically necessary or if necessary to preserve the integrity of undercover operations in order to use funds for civil ICE enforcement actions. With every day that passes in this administration, we are seeing more and more ICE officers rounding up people off the streets into vehicles, and honestly, some of them look like they are supposed to be my criminal defendants in court. It looks like people are getting robbed. It looks like people are about to endure a carjacking, and in fact, I have a video to describe what I'm talking about.
Shocking video showing the moment ICE agents smashed a car window and forcibly removed a man in New Bedford. 29-year-old Juan Francisco Mendez has no criminal record and was...
Video went viral earlier this week after police say Johnson impersonated an ICE officer.
You got caught, Mo. Where you from, Mexico? You from Mexico?
Now, this is what we have going on in our country. The sad part is that, honestly, both of them look like they could be part of the same team. And unfortunately, you have people in both of those situations. The first situation, when the officers were busting out their windows, to be clear, there was no record. There was no reason to go after the people that were in that car. And then in the second situation, you had someone that literally took their car keys, and you're talking about people sitting there in fear because they literally don't know if this is somebody who is authorized to do this. So this is about safety. And let me tell you about safety. Now, I know Lance Gooden is running around here somewhere. Now, Lance Gooden is from Texas like I am. Chip Roy is from Texas like I am. Any of us can tell y'all about how we do it in Texas. We carry. And when I say we, all of us. I'm licensed to carry, as well as I'm sure a number of my colleagues on that side of the aisle are licensed to carry. And essentially, we have a stand your ground law in the state of Texas. We have seen officers, police officers that have gone in under no-knock raids. This is legislation that I carried when I was on the state level, trying to make sure that I could keep law enforcement safe, because when you go into a home and you haven't identified yourself, it is the most dangerous time for law enforcement agents. And I know that we have some form of law enforcement on this side of the aisle as well. In fact, I had a number of law enforcement agencies that were backing my no-knock bill because they understood how dangerous it was. So one of the things that we always do typically in criminal law before we can charge anybody with evading arrest or failing to ID is we have to make sure that people even know that it was law enforcement. When you have somebody that say does something like this, like busting my window out, you try that in Texas. It may not turn out too well. It needs to be that we are all on the same page and we say, you need to be properly identified as an ICE agent if we are going to fund what you are doing. As we are looking around, there are so many people that believe that their communities are now plagued with crime because they see ICE agents that are not clearly identified, and they are disappearing students on campus, on the sides of streets. They don't know what's going on. And honestly, if we're not even just talking about stand your ground, in a lot of states, if you see someone that is committing what you believe to be a heinous crime against somebody else, you're allowed to take action. We are talking about putting not only the people, which half of them are innocent in the first place, because we love to grab up some citizens wrongfully. We know it happened down in Florida. Y'all may not care because it was Florida, but it happened down in Florida where we had a U.S. citizen that was sitting in jail for 48 hours because of yet another mistake of ICE. In Milwaukee, we had 3 citizens, a toddler and his mother and the grandmother, that were detained and sent to an immigration detention center after they reportedly were overheard speaking Spanish. In short, what we don't want is to create even more issues, and that's what we're doing. I would never imagine, and I'm gonna be honest, I have never seen law enforcement. Now, I haven't had to deal with cases that involved ICE. I'm gonna be honest about that. But I have never seen a police officer, whether he was city or whether he was a county sheriff's deputy, do the kind of things that I've been seeing. Busting out windows, kicking down doors. And to be perfectly honest, if that's the operations of ICE, we probably need to work on that as well. But at the end of the day, if this is what they are gonna do and how they are going to conduct themselves, I can tell you, I'm sorry, this is about safety.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness. Jasmine Crockett once again making a complete fool of herself. I mean, she's just peddling lies at this point, saying that ICE is picking up and arresting known U.S. citizens. It really grinds my gears that no one goes against, rebuts her points that she's trying to make, because where are you seeing that at? Those cases, I want to get the details on that, because I'm pretty sure that's not the case, and they're not being shipped to El Salvador or shipped to these. If they're getting picked up by ICE or if they're getting stopped by ICE, guess what? They know, they already have suspected this is a known illegal migrant, came across our borders illegally, and they should be detained and deported. Jasmine Crockett once again going on some random tangent, saying that ICE needs to be able to, or they need to start identifying themselves before attempting to arrest, detain these illegal migrants. I mean, it's all right there. It's in black and white. They're wearing these vests. They got ICE on the front. I mean, they got ICE on the back. What else do they have to do, Jasmine? Give us a break. Leave that alone. I mean, ICE has been doing such a great job of picking these folks up. It's you that keep giving these illegal migrants a false perception that they have rights that they don't have, saying that they could go against or defy the orders of these ICE agents, and then they're getting detained, they're recording, they're thinking they have the rights as U.S. citizens, and they simply don't. That's what's happening. You guys keep filling their heads up to believe that they're supposed to be able to fight back against these deportations when frankly they're not. I mean, there is nothing in the U.S. Constitution that protects these illegal migrants that came across our border. You're talking about safety now. You're worried about the safety of folks. Where is the worry or the concern about safety when 15 million folks flooded our borders illegally, came across? Where was the concern about safety issues there? Give me a break. Get out of here. The more I see this blatant ignorance from Jasmine Crockett, the more I wonder what's going on. Can we get an update on that whole indictment for her fraud or misuse of campaign funding or misrepresentation? She's saying that folks were donating that have never even heard of her campaign or cause to begin with. Where is Cash Patel and Pam Bondi on that? Can we get an update on those criminal charges, prosecutions coming from Ms. Jasmine Crockett? Because at this point, she's asking for it. With the way she's been inserting herself into these situations in the most outrageous manner, bringing all this attention onto herself, wouldn't be surprised or shocked to see charges being slapped on her very soon, guys. But definitely out in that comment section. Comments are open. I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking about this one. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.